And welcome along and welcome back to Meadow Grove Farm. Today we're in the class. We're in our Axion 850 here, our Axion 840. I've just noticed up the top. We've got our cedar attached to the back. We've got barley in here at the moment, but I'm going to switch that over to oats. Actually, no. I'm trying to remember what we had in our field last time. I think we had soybeans in the field last time. So we're gonna do canola this time. Should really go and check that. I don't think there's any indication of what our previous crop was, unless I'm very, very lucky and there's a tiny smidge of it down in the bottom corner. Oh, there is something. What is that? That is barley. So we had barley in field 2 before. So far better crop for us to put in here is for us to do some soybeans. So if we do the soybeans, that will work out quite well. So let's unfold this. Oh, let's unfold our sower. We are going to do soybeans in here, which is a great crop as far as making money goes. Absolutely fantastic crop. We're going to line ourselves up along this bottom bit here. Hopefully we're going to get a nice quick bit of seeding here. We got 76% full. Other advantage of soybeans is that soybeans do not take up a lot of space, so you tend to get a really good amount of growth, a really good setup for the amount that you're trying to put in. We'll go right up to the edge of the field here and back. How did that lift? No, that lifted though. And so we want to. We've not got. I don't think we have in this tractor. I don't think we stumped up for the GPS, unfortunately. So there is that. We're not in a position where we can afford to buy GPS on here. Would quite like to, but considering we're minus 4,000 at the moment, I think that may be something that has to wait for next season. But it's at the moment we're doing okay. We're not doing too badly on here. We have a really nice setup. We should have enough seeds to do this field and our other field. Once we get all these soybeans in here, we will be absolutely brilliant. We should do quite well. There we go. Yeah. Liking that a lot. And yeah, because this is a nice wide cedar, it should make pretty short work of this field. This field, of course, is bigger than field 2 that we did last time. That we've got we've previously had. Putting soybeans though in both these fields is going to bring in a very nice whack of money to the farm. Now, my plan very much is to keep moving forward, to keep getting ourselves more fields and things. This seems to be the trick with Farm Sim, is that the more fields you get, the better off you are. Equipment, I'm beginning to get to the point where I'm going, we'd be better off hiring equipment and holding on to the money and buying fields with that money. So if you can then do a quick turnaround, if you can then manage to get your crops, get crops into the ground and then harvest it, you will easily be able to cover the cost of hiring all your equipment pretty much. And at the same time, you're then in a position where you just have a whole load of land. And this is the theory I'm now working on for starting from scratch, is to buy as much land as I can straight off the bat and hire the equipment to farm it. And then you're in a position where you're earning the maximum money you can and you've not spent it on the equipment. So you're actually paying for your equipment over the long term, because it takes about 40 hours to spend as much money on a piece of equipment as in renting it as you would in owning it. And by 40 hours, your equipment is not worth that much. We've discovered that on Oakfield Farm. And having your equipment not worth very much after 40 hours, you're looking to change it anyway. And while, yes, you're going to have a little bit of money to put towards it, I think you're going to make more money from what you earn on your crops. I think you could very, very easily have a bigger income. So it's something we're going to be testing. It's not something we're going to be testing on this map. It is something I'm going to test in a series in the future. We will start from scratch, and actually we're going to do something more than that. We're going to go even further, start from scratch on one series. But yeah, we're going to do, so the next start from scratch series we do, we are going to play it that way. We're going to use probably, we're going to use our starting 500,000 and then probably max out on the loan as well and buy just a huge amount of land. In fact, I'm very tempted on here. What have we got? We've got 2.5 hours on this tractor. Very tempted to sort of apply that on here and go, actually, let's sell our equipment. Let's sell what we've got, buy land with the money, and go from there. Because I think we would make a good go of it. I think we'd end up quite a bit in debt initially. You know, if we're transferring all of our land into money. However, having said that, if we buy the land carefully, if we buy the land with crop in it, again, that is a great way to expand the farm. So I think we'll have a look at this. We might experiment with this on this series. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of this idea? What do you think to the idea of selling our equipment, replacing it with leased stuff, and going from there? Because the other thing, of course, about that is, if you guys want to see me try out a different tractor, then we only have to change a leased tractor. We don't have to go and buy a brand new tractor. Which would be quite useful if a new mod comes out or something like that. So yeah, that might be a good way to go. So I'm very interested in what you guys think about that. What your thoughts on that kind of plan are. I think it could be a very interesting way of playing the game, and a very interesting way of going. And maybe, just maybe, might be something that would be yeah, as I said, I'm using the word a lot, but I think it'd be an interesting thing to try out and see how well it works. How are we doing? I think we're okay as far as our line goes. I don't think we're massively out. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's what's been sort of rumbling around in my head recently. Is how can we play this in such a way that we increase the amount of money that we earn and expand our farm as quickly as possible without using cheats, without using you know, a cheaty method of this. How do we do it just purely by earning money in the game? Can we actually make it if we do that? And what we'll do is, later in this video, we will have a look at how much our equipment is worth, because we've used it for a little bit, so it's going to be it should still be worth a fair amount. I would thought that we could probably at least buy a field or two with it. You know, I'd be amazed if we couldn't. And then yeah, but we are, as I said, we're £4,000 in debt as well, so we'd need to basically sell all of our equipment, rehire it, and go from there. And I think most of our equipment isn't going to cost us that much. If you think about it, we use our seeder occasionally, we use our tractor occasionally. We've left a few lines around the field here, but it just, yeah, to me it just makes sense to do it that way. So I think we might have a look at it and see where we go. We're going to move over here. We need to. I think we need GPS. The downsides to it, of course. The downside, thinking about it, is sprayer tractor for a sprayer tractor, you would not be able to change the wheel setup. So you do have limitations like that. You're going to have to, your tractor that you use for spraying is probably going to have to be a purchase tractor, or is going to be a tractor you only ever use for spraying. Again though, if you are hiring, then yeah, you could just hire a tractor that you use occasionally to go spraying. Again, it's a function that you're going to use on a fairly regular basis. Why not? So yeah, I'm intrigued by this plan. I'm intrigued by these thoughts, and to see where it leads us. I think would be an interesting thing to discover. But as always, I am interested in what you guys think. I'm interested in on your thoughts of this. I think we are gonna take that though as a screenshot. Right, there we go. We've grabbed our screenshots. So that's what you're going to see on the thumbnail today. But yeah, so that's that I think is an intriguing proposition. We're about halfway through this video at the moment. We've got about halfway through this. So we're going to get this field done today, is my plan. I was going to try and do both, but what we'll do is we'll probably set this going in the background on course play next time. So my plan is for the next video, I think we need to do some work with the cows. We've got, again, as I said, we've got a whole load of milk, so I actually need to rent a milk tanker, something to take our milk for sale. So we may end up going, right, okay, we're done with this piece of kit. Let's sell this. Let's use the money from that to hire a milk tanker, and then have a look at what money we can make from selling our equipment and replacing it. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you'd like to maybe experiment with a couple of pieces of kit. We certainly could experiment with something like this Axiom. This is worth an absolute ton. And yeah, we're using these things not that much. It's yeah, you get a cheap tractor to run around the yard, and you hire that, and you're laughing, and then you use this occasionally, and it's all good. It's not something I'm too worried about, to be honest. Right, and back in here. I'm actually enjoying seeding with this from in cab, and I think this might be one of those straight recorded episodes, to be honest, because it is very much I'm enjoying doing this field, seeding this field, and just talking to you guys about the crazy ideas that are barreling around in my head on strategies for playing this game. Because I think that is one of those things which I think is really useful from these videos. Is not just seeing me doing stuff, but also going through and giving you guys the thought process of how I approach everything. And it is I'm very much approaching this from, how can we improve things? How can we make money as fast as we can? And I think that might be the title. Thoughts on making money. Maybe. Or seeds of ideas or something like that. You guys will be able to tell me what you think of the title. It's going to be something along those lines at this point. This, though, is coming together very nicely. Oh, we haven't lifted it. I was not paying attention to my indicator at the top left-hand corner. But yeah, I think we are in a position here where we can try and expand this, where we can look at the price of fields, and we can maybe go, right, let's do it this way. Let's see if we can earn enough money to go and have some other equipment, and then we can apply that on other maps. which I think is definitely a great way to go. I think we'll find ourselves with a bit of a money shortage at various times, but I don't think that's the end of the world, so long as we have plenty of things like seeds and things like that. So there might be a certain amount of planning ahead that has to be done for things like that. Right, we need to do these headlands, so we are going to go round here and bring this round, go over the bit that we mistakenly didn't lift our seed up, but that will now disappear. And then down the sides here. Yeah, we've actually got this pretty good. I'm very pleased with how well this is coming out. Right, and then down here, we're going to have to turn this around. So, bring that to that. Lift that up and reverse up. And then we'll back into this corner. Not the easiest of manoeuvres, this one. And then we've got the bottom headland to do, but that should bring us back almost towards our gate, and then we'll have this ready then in field 2 to do its next bit. So down and away we go. I'm actually making pretty good time on this. I'm rather pleased. We probably might have enough time to get our smaller field started. Which would be fantastic news. I'd like to do that on camera. Right. Let's lift this up and get this back into the corner. So this now is another technique. So this is kind of a little bit more how you do it in real life. I'm not 100% sure on the seeding side of things. It's all a little bit... this is a little bit more of the side of things that I'm not really that knowledgeable on. But certainly I have seen seeders doing that, you know, backing into the corners, making sure that it covers every part of the field it can. And I'm going to have to go and clean up this a little bit. We do have some gaps in our coverage of the field. Yeah. And we've got a little bit on the headland here that's missing, and so yeah, we are going to have to do a little bit of that, but it's all good. We've still got a pile of lime there, which of course is left over from us doing the lime on this field and on the other one, because for some reason our lime spreader can't be loaded from our purchase point. So yeah, we have to load it. We have to load it into the trailer first, cart it to the field, and then load it in. Which, to be perfectly honest, is, again, more realistic. So, I'm not too worried about that. You know, being forced to be more realistic, not the end of the world on this channel. Right, let's back out of the hedge. And get our seeder turned around. Like so. Yeah, that's fantastic. That is just working so well. And away we go. Awesome. Right, we'll get up to here, and actually, this is going to be good timing. We will finish on this field. We won't go round and do. We won't go and do the next field in this video. I'm quite happy with how it's gone. Right, need to wait. Get back into the corner here. And again, forward we go. Round and up. Oof, come on. Up the hill, little Axion. And that is just about it. As I said, there's a little bit of cleanup I need to do. But to be honest, that will do us. So I'm pleased with that. That's gone around well. As I said, let us know in the comments what you think about possibly changing up how we do things here. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.